Good evening, everybody. Happy Thursday. Once again, I'm Dr. Reisig. I am a family physician in a rural practice in northern Georgia. I'm happy to do these videos on a nightly basis to keep my patients and other communities informed. I'm excited to be sharing this information with so many of you. Thank you for the kind comments. Thank you for the feedback. And also thank you for listening. We are all in this together, and I'm doing everything I can to share information with you. I had some, once again, great questions. Quite a few of them had to do, again, with the easing of business restrictions, particularly in the state of Georgia, my home state now. Before I approach that, there were a few questions on masks, and those questions pertain to if you cannot get a surgical mask or an N95 mask, what should you do? And the answer is it would be great if you get a surgical mask. However, those masks, both N95 and surgical masks, are very important to be utilized by and available for hospital personnel, physicians, nurses, etc. And there still is a shortage of masks because they need to go to the hospital settings, the front line, as we call it in the news now, apparently. Any covering of the face with cloth would do, as long as it covers the nose and the mouth. You could use homemade masks. Multiple sites on the internet now educate people on making their own masks. You could use a bandana. You could cut up a t-shirt and fold it over twice and wear it around your nose and mouth. The purpose of the mask is to prevent you from spreading the virus to other people. And by wearing that mask, you will do just that. Okay? So now let's jump right into the relaxation or easing of restrictions for businesses. Today's Thursday. Tomorrow's the day that certain businesses are allowed to reopen in Georgia and Tennessee and South Carolina. And in coming weeks, other states are going to be easing restrictions as well. The questions were, do I agree with it? And the answer is no, I don't agree. It's way too soon. We have, as I stated previously, we have 40 medications in the pipeline that are being studied for potential use against COVID-19, but they're not approved yet. We do not have a vaccine. There was some news today that there may be a company with a vaccine coming out as early as the summer. There's no absolute date. I don't believe we are socially distancing ourselves as recommended as frequent as we should be doing. What's likely going to happen, as another viewer asked, what's likely going to happen is that there'll be more cases of COVID-19. The question was, do I think that easing of business restrictions will increase the number of COVID-19 cases? And the answer is yes. And how many, we don't know for sure. But there is no way easing business restrictions will decrease the number of cases. They will increase. And the longer this virus is out in our communities, the harder it is going to be to treat, the more people will become ill with it. The more we're giving this virus an opportunity to mutate. The longer this virus is out, the more opportunity it will have to mutate. The more mutations, the harder it is to treat. So no, I'm I'm certain that there will be more cases. Which leads into the next question that many of you are asking, and that is, why is the CDC stating that it is likely COVID-19 viral infections will continue through the summer, most likely into the winter? And do I agree? Number one, I don't like to speculate on things I don't know. In medicine, I like to deal with facts, but preparation is important. So I will go on a limb on this one. Because we're easing restrictions on businesses, and because I still see social distancing not being followed, because many people are not wearing masks, because a lot of people are not sheltering in place, we will not be ridding ourselves of this virus anytime soon. This virus spreads easily, person to person. Just be within 13 feet from someone, and if you're a carrier, that next person will most likely get this virus. I've been reporting to you that the estimates are that of the people with COVID-19, up to 30% have no symptoms. There was a good study that just came out of Italy, and Italy is stating it's closer to 50%. And there are some studies now in the US that are suggesting the same. So if half our population who have COVID-19 potentially have no symptoms and are not using social distancing as a form of protection and are not using masks to protect their neighbors, there is no way for this virus to stop its continuing infection rate. We may be peaking in certain states, but that peak is going to be challenged as we ease more restrictions. It's not a matter of if there'll be more cases of COVID-19. I just wonder how many will be exposed and how many will be hospitalized and how many will die because of premature relaxation of these restrictions. And that's all I have to say tonight. Good night, everybody.